SEC fans, here we are at Week 12's Power Rankings. And before we begin, I'm going to ask you this favor. Not only do I ask you to like and follow us back and then comment where necessary and share off to your friends, but I want you to join us Monday night on YouTube. Go to Coach Crew Show on YouTube, subscribe to us there, and we have a live stream every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we talk college football. And it's a good watch if you enjoy that type of thing. So please give us a look Monday night, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, YouTube, Coach Crew Show. And we appreciate you chiming in and subscribing to us. All right, Power 14, here we go. Vanderbilt, you're remained at 14. You're on bye. Maybe by the time this time next season, the construction will be done. Things will be better. But until then, you're going to end the season at 14. At 13, there's a job opening. It's in Stark Vegas. Okay. You still have a chance, but we'll see what happens with it. All right. You got the Egg Bowl remaining, and I don't know where you're going to end up. At 12, Arkansas. You did get some good news, or maybe, I don't know. You tell me. Is it good news or bad news? I personally am a Sam Pittman fan. I'm sure there's others out there on the internet that are not Sam Pittman fans. I'd like to see him have at least one more year and see what he can do with this. I think he's a good coach and he knows football. I'd like to see him succeed. Down to 11, Auburn. Holy cow. That was just as ugly gets. All right. That game was just hard to watch. It was frustrating. It was infuriating. At some points, I thought we should put Auburn all the way down to 14, but I'm trying to keep these things also somewhat realistic. They're playing the role of the Underhills. Okay, I'm glad Chevy Chase ran up their check because New Mexico State walked out with a $1.8 million paycheck and the victory, while Chevy Chase got all the lobster and the caviar to go with it and charged it to the Underhills account. All right, at 10, still holding out hope is Florida. Man, what a heartbreaking loss that was to Missouri. I don't know if they're now nervous or excited that they have one more chance to get bowl eligible. I'm sure they're just shitting rocks. Sorry, you can't say that. Sorry, shitting bricks. All right, but Florida, you got one more chance. And there's a heavy assumption Florida State's going to be looking for a new quarterback as well. So let's see where you end up and see if you get your bowl eligibility. At 9, and if you haven't noticed lately, and judging by attendance, you haven't. All right, South Carolina fans, you're now one game away from clinching out and going to a bowl yourself. And when Shane Beamer, I'm sorry, when Shane Beamer has to call out the cockpit section, that's not a good look. All right. But I'm moving you up regardless because you're on a winning streak. At 8, Kentucky. You're moving down. You're at Louisville. Louisville's job right now is don't screw up, because if they win this game and then they got to have a good show against Florida State, they could really screw up the national title picture. But they got to get past Kentucky first, and I'm afraid this could be like a look-ahead game for Louisville. It's senior night, and they got the ACC championship game the very next weekend. Moving on to 7, Texas A&M. Okay, 7-4 could finish the season 8-4. And did y'all see that kickoff that every single walk-on ran on? Made a huge hit, popped up the ball, recovered the fumble. Pretty impressive stuff. I'm sure there's going to be a big name coming here next year. But until then, you're still bowl eligible. Got a chance for another one. You're at LSU. I don't know how that one's going to look to end up with. But then who knows what's going to look like next year. Tennessee, very first play of the game. Congratulations. Opening kickoff or opening handoff touchdown. You're up 7-0 on Georgia. Then reality hit. Tennessee, I think you're going to be locked in at 6. You're playing Vanderbilt. That's an assumed win. You'll go 8-4, have a January 1 bowl game, and hopefully beat up on a Big Ten school. But there's your season. At 5, LSU. The real question and storyline of LSU is Jaden Daniels and Heisman. Does some of his numbers equal success and equal some of the best in the nation, if not the best in the nation? Absolutely. But I personally also am a believer that the one position that should be tied to wins and losses is quarterback. How's that play out? We'll see. All right, at 4, Ole Miss, hotty toddy, gosh almighty, you go into Stark Vegas on Thanksgiving night, Egg Bowl, anything and everything can happen, whether it's that giant wind gust that pushed the field goal back in like the early 80s, or maybe we're going to lift our leg and act like a dog after scoring a touchdown and lose our game off of that stupid penalty. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Anything and everything can happen on these Egg Bowl type of games. At 3, the Cardiac Kids themselves. My personal vote for the Football Writers Association of America's Coach of the Year, Eli Drinkwitz. They're now in Arkansas, who might be playing with a rejuvenated spirit or might be ready to pack it in. I kind of think it's going to be a rejuvenated spirit. This territory trophy or whatever it's called game, I think it's going to be actually really good. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. Missouri, you got a chance to go to, a New Year's 6 or bowl game, and that's going to be pretty awesome and pretty special. So we'll see where he end up. At number 2, Alabama, Jalen Milroe has found his stride. Yeah, it was Chattanooga, but just generally speaking, Milroe has found his stride. Auburn screwed up. Is the Iron Bowl going to be a walkover, or is it going to be a classic Iron Bowl? I don't know. But regardless, Alabama's 10-1 and ready to take on Georgia in 2 weeks. And yes, at number 1 is still Georgia. They got an early score against them against Tennessee, but they're primed and they're locked. I think they're by far the number 1 team in the country. They go to Georgia Tech, so as long as they don't get caught looking fully ahead, Georgia Tech actually has a competent offense now, but their defense is still suspect at best. They can beat the average teams. Let's see how they do against the best of the best. There's my top 20, or there's my top 14, my power rankings 14 for after week 12. What are your thoughts? Hit the like, hit the comment, share this out. And then hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.